Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you have seen, the Waterloo District School Board has released an open letter addressing the concerns that I've raised in the delegation, and I have received numerous messages from parents sharing the same concerns, and they want to know what can be done. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the things that you can do right now to take action. And I'm going to be starting with the simple things and work my way up. Right now, before we get started, I'd like to share something with you. The Ontario Association of Children's Aid Societies says child abuse includes non-contact offenses such as exposure to sexually explicit material and sexual activity with a child under the age of 16 is a criminal offense regardless of the child's perceived consent. So that's very interesting. If you want to know the definition of child abuse. And I also wanted to share this, which I've shared in episode 1 of the podcast. The Ontario Human Rights Commission is also concerned that the government is requiring school boards to allow parents to exempt their child from the human development and sexual health curriculum for any reason. The curriculum is meant to provide all children in Ontario with the information they need to be healthy and safe. Allowing parents to exempt children for reasons that go beyond religious accommodation undermines their goal. So it seems to me like the Ontario Human Rights Commission is unhappy that parents can still exempt their children from sexual health curriculum, and the school board is driving a wedge between parents and students with policy statements like the policies that I have addressed during the board to not disclose a student's gender status to the student's parents, as it can put the student's well-being and safety at risk. Of course, secrecy, sexual questions, and inappropriate sexual materials are putting the children in a situation the school seems to justify under protecting human rights. And therefore, I believe this situation is child abuse. This has nothing to do with marginalized groups, as the kids should not be asked to disclose their sexual and gender identity to strangers. Asking a minor to disclose their sexual orientation and gender identity has nothing to do with the LGBTQ community, or any other community for that matter, as it's nobody's business. Is the school using the LGBT community as a justification to ask these kids questions? Is the board saying that parents who are concerned with the question and school materials available to their kids have a phobia and they're looking to undermine marginalized groups? Are kids who never had sexual experiences expected to know their sexuality? I'm still interested in answering who wants to know the sexuality of my daughters and why the school believes parents are harmful to their kids. The board needs to stop hiding behind marginalized students and families and take accountability for their poor behavior. It's also my opinion this behavior is indeed egregious on behalf of the school board and anybody supporting them. So, if you believe that this is child abuse, what can you do? Well, let's have a look and see the first thing that you can do over here from the school board. This is the letter that they addressed my concerns. Any allegation of child abuse is taken very seriously, as we have legislated duty of care and do everything possible to ensure the physical and emotional safety of all students. Well, I really hope that's true. And teachers also have this duty. Simply because a parent or caregiver disagrees with the Ministry of Education and Ontario Human Rights Commission directions does not give them the right to make false claims of pandering or facilitating child abuse or pedophilia. This behavior is egregious. although it is tried and tested method to attack public education in an effort to reverse human rights and equity protection of marginalized groups. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Hate, racism, xenophobia are not options that should be gathered through consultation. This is the hallmark of democratic public education system. A parent can still be concerned with what a school board is teaching, the questions they're asking the kids, and the materials in the school, and why the school board is not disclosing information to parents. So what can you do? Well, the school board right over here says you can contact Family and Children's Services of the Waterloo Region and the Waterloo Regional Police Service. This is perfect if you believe that your child is experiencing child abuse. The school board gives you the solution right over there. Something else that parents can do, they can attend meetings. So here is the 2022 to 2023 meetings. They happen a few times every month. We are in January 16, 23, and 30th. You can view the meeting on live stream, or you can attend in person. And I do recommend that everybody attends because it shows that parents are paying attention and that we are interested in what is happening and the decisions that are made at the school board. So you can attend meetings. The other thing that you can do is email your principal if you believe that children are encouraged to discuss their sexuality or gender orientation, and this doesn't sit well with you, or if teachers are disclosing their sexual preferences, orientation, and gender to students, email your principal. Are there clubs in the school who are doing this? You need to look into it. The other thing that you can do is you can email the trustees. So on the Waterloo Regional District School Board, this is the trustee page right over here. Go down and you can find their email and contact information and send them a message with your concerns. The other thing that you can do is you can actually become a delegate and you can speak. Anybody can speak on these issues. You can apply online. Here is the form. I'm going to link all of this in the video. And if you feel like your concerns are not heard, or if you have items that you want to discuss in front of the school board, have a look over here. You can delegate in person at this address, or you can do it virtually via Zoom. All these meetings that you can go to, there's delegations that happen at every meeting. So if this is your thing, you can try that. I'm also going to put a screen up here. This is the form that I've filled out. This is what I typed in: transparency of information and communication. That was my summary of the issue, and recommendations for resolution of the issue, change policy, easier to reach members of the board with issues. The other thing that you can do is you can request information and documents using the Freedom of Information. So you can get more information over here. There's a form that you fill out and you can get documents from the school that will give you more information if you cannot find what you're looking for. During this open letter, I was a little bit disappointed to see that the school board has not released the surveys. You will see that they have linked to the survey web pages, and this is the problem because they say one thing and then they end up doing something else. So I wish during their open letter they would have been more transparent and released the actual surveys, because that is the issue. The issue is they say one thing, they do something else, and they do not let parents know. Obviously, something else that you can do right now is subscribe, keep in touch, because I go through all the documents over here, and I want you to feel like you are getting the information and you can see it with your own eyes. You could read it and you can make up your mind about it. Like, you're an adult, you're smart, and you can interpret this information, and you don't need anybody else to filter it for you. The other thing that you can do is join Voices for Change Canada. Christina Fernandez and I had a podcast, episode 1 and 2. So if you want to go on the website, I'm going to put a link below. Join Voices for Change, and there's a group of parents that are concerned, and you will find other like-minded people. All right, I hope this information is helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Take it easy.